Alright, we still have a few minutes.
Yeah.
So many people joined.
And I mean, the most important people haven't arrived yet. We still need to wait for the Mansland guys.
I'm just giving the guys here all the rules they need. And just hope don't give the wrong guys the wrong rules. Oops.
Wilson is here.
Okay, we still have 10 minutes, so yeah. Hello, Wilson.
Hello.
We're still waiting for Blue Man then.
Yeah, just Blue Man, and I think he's last from our delegation.
Wilson, hello.
Is that Big U? How's it going, everyone? It's been an age.
It's really been an age.
It's
amazing
How's
how.
it been, man?
What?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
Oh, that's good to hear.
That sounds good.
It's amazing how all I needed to do to get your attention finally was to assemble the largest coalition that Eltham has ever seen.
What can I say? I've been sleepy lately. I needed a big fire in the horizon to wake me up.
Oh, fucking shit. I just woke up 2 fucking, minutes ago. Hello.
Hello. Oh,
Hello.
what's up, Lacey?
Why you have so many
Holy
Yopo heads? Yopo, what did you do?
I have like 1,000,000 Yapumi heads because I harassment kill Yapumi all the time. Man,
moment.
you have no idea how many harassment killing charges I've beat in the past few weeks. I almost had another one in the Portavel raid. Let's go.
Not gonna lie, everyone, I didn't even notice it was you with that new profile picture. I was like, "Who's Uwu?" Or it's like it's like who's this guy? It took me like a solid 2 minutes to put one and one together.
Oh, Griff is here.
Oh, he's actually.
Yeah, he's here.
Nice.
The man, the culprit. Just imagine him being dragged through in chains right now. A bit like that fucking Game of Thrones scene, like shame, shame, shame. Alright. Where's Shwibby Wibby? Well, no, didn't he say he's gonna be like 5 minutes late though?
Yeah, he will just wait for him.
Yeah, fair enough. I think he's gone to like the store or something. So
yeah,
who knows?
Should I make a new no mic channel for this real quick for everyone to talk?
Oh yeah, I mean that's half the fun, isn't it? To see all the no mic responses coming in.
Or we just use our no mic, but there's already so much shit in it.
You need a nice virgin no mic for this one. All right.
Do it real quick.
The Sanguine Opal Accord. I quite like that.
Yeah, I think it's
Sorry if I stutter a bit, boys. I just came out of the dentist where they stuck like a literal like fucking 5-inch fucking needle in my mouth. So
Oh, I hate
Did
this.
you get
Always the worst.
stated?
Yeah, they had to like fuck. I don't know because I fucking got a cavity in that one, so they had to like ply
Yeah.
the teeth open to
Yep.
check it. It was painful. They did sedate me, but and it's like I have like a fear of dentists. Like it's the first time I've been to the dentist in like 3 years, so I was just like, bro, it did not help.
British moment?
Yeah, I mean,
British
the longer
moment.
you wait with your dentist visits, like, I can attest to that. I skipped on my dentist visits for a few years, and then they said, yeah, we basically gotta drill every single one of your teeth now.
Oh, no, that's the worst. I can't. When I was a kid, so the reason I hate the dentist so much, so when I was a kid, I had this issue where like it was like this like big scandal where one of the big baby milk formula brands in the UK were putting like something in the thing which they found out to be unsafe, right? And that just happens to be ours one. So like when I was like 5, they had to take all my baby teeth out, and I walked around for like 2 years of just fucking gums until my real teeth came in. And it was so I'd never want to go back to the dentist again. I just have bad memories, so it was almost traumatic.
I had like severely deformed teeth as a child, so I spent like half my childhood at the dentist. Like my teeth were way too large, so they just took out half of them, so they would all fit in my mouth.
Dentist pains. Yeah, but I'm happy at least it's all good now. It's all fixed.
Checkpoint Pegasus. Oh, you pulled something up here. That's nice.
that
God,
was good fun.
so
That little
fucking
border raid.
fun.
That was
No,
so
it-
fun.
No,
So
it
because
literally was.
I was walking around the border, right, and I was like, "Oh, the wall's up." And then Manda's joined the call. I was like, "You know what'd be funny? Why don't we build a Pegasus statue next to it, like as a meme?"
No, because like objectively, like what, like fucking 25% of the server was at the border at the time.
True.
Like, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
it's fun.
like, yeah, like, like, sure, tensions, but like, it was fun RP.
Well, it was
because it was
like
just a completely absurd situation.
that's something if a video gets made about that. That's gonna be in like that's gonna be in the
Yeah.
intro of the video.
I literally
That's
said
the
that it
sort
was.
of
I
RP I
literally
love, was
said
like
that it was Stony bait.
that's the sort of RP I love. It's like harmless. It was good fun, and like I had a blast the whole time. And then just as people from both sides just kept seeing, oh, there's something happening. Let's come and join in. Just it was so. I think I got some like screenshots of like everyone crowded in the middle like boat thing. It was great.
I at least got like the
Manhunt.
recording because like I had metal on the whole time. So, like I have everything that happened that day on my end.
I think Holy, who's in chat, also was recording, so he has some good clips for when we both have clips we can send to Stony, so we're covered.
Just like this Cold War style.
Manzik actually changed a little since I last visited. That's unexpected.
Oh.
R/humble brag.
Mansland. Oh, you got one of the books? Wait, was this book put here by one of us, or did you put it here to mock us?
Which book are you talking about?
Mansland is a settler colonial state.
No, we got it.
It's hanging. It's over the entrance of your library, like it's a brag.
It justified. We got, what is it? When we first started, Lord, like we were going through anthems, and Lord made an anthem was like to the anthem of Rule Britannia, right? And so once we saw that book, we were like, well, I guess we have a reason to bring out this old anthem. Now we can finally justify it.
I mean, it's lore that actually makes sense. So,
it's funny.
I mean, it explains the whole controversy of why Mansland got all pissy when, like, they got called Colsonafel.
Yeah. After, we'll definitely, whatever happens, we'll definitely get in a VC to work out what like a unified law about these events, so we can, when we all write our own books, it can all be streamlined.
Yeah.
I'm down.
All right, where is Blue Man? Am I gonna have to carry it for him?
Wait, Jason, are you coming in game too?
Oh, I can.
What the fuck
let me
is
come
this?
in.
I don't know this.
Wait, we got the chair for you.
Where?
Spec
Oh, let me.
We have a share for you, yeah.
Oh, let me get,
are these the eye cultists? Speckland? Or is it the squatter? Hello?
talking to me.
What?
Speckland, are these squatters or is this the eye cultist?
I think they might be the eye cultists.
Kill them all. Oh, wait.
Welcome, Griff. Are you coming too in game also?
I'm coming in game. Walking on foot.
So Urabon, Leaf, Yopo, Olaf, Wilson, Blumen is coming. Already DM'd me.
Griff, sorry, but you don't have a chair. In the country.
The depth of Kunmar. Oh god,
All
this
right.
is gonna be so much to clean up once this is all over.
Where are you, Urabon?
I'm walking the road that I built like an eternity ago, between Manzik and Pergamos, and like a lot has changed. You cut down several woods, and
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me because I wanted acacia.
Why wouldn't you just LA spawn?
because I wanted to walk on foot.
Bruh.
Base.
You wanted to see the great man's land and what it became.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to inspect it because I was absent for a while.
He wanted
Well,
to
I hope
extend-
you're enjoying the tour. Hope you
It's
like what we
nice.
did with the place.
He wanted things.
Well, I'm not a fan of everything, but like,
Well,
you win some, you lose some.
you win some, you lose some. Manzig's actually been the city that I would say has been sort of like preserved the most and not really sort of touched it, because like for the most part we saw it as like not done, but like most of it sort of complete of how we want it to be. And so if you go into like the other cities, that's where you'll see the most change.
And you
Why the fuck is there a dirt wall here? Oh, it's Winter Rose, isn't it?
Might be.
Winter Rose.
South of Centria.
South. Winter Rose is directly west.
Oh, then this
directly,
is a griefing. Okay, I have a griefing to report, KPX.
Sandcourt.
1 second.
Poor
Briefing.
KPX, his state is
Wow.
getting raided, grieved.
And again,
Ooh,
it-
Urabon,
I think
go
this is the
check.
first time I will have ever.
Urabon. Hold on, wait. Urabon, go check the ticket. Go check the ticket. We win.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. What's going on?
No. It's good news. It's good news. No, it's good news. That claim's just gonna get deleted.
I mean, a way to go.
Now
Let's
that was
go.
a Joker laugh there.
Okay, that's 2 squatter settlement down, 48 squatter settlements to go.
Let's go.
I mean, it's still better than Zeka's statistics. They had with like quarter territory. had
Zeka
more-
is old squatter. Zeka is just old squatter at this point. Alright, the courts are 3,850 to 6,250.
Oh, we got an evil man's lander.
This is somewhere in the jungle, right?
Ah, welcome,
Yeah.
Wilson.
It's 3,850.
To 6,250.
The thing.
Why did is this big dirt block
What's the
in the
lantern
middle
for?
of the
Yeah,
jungle?
this is the dirt box.
Yeah, this is already long there. It's good to see on the map. We need to remove this. I think it's
Yeah.
this is another thing
By
that
the
we
way,
can do.
for the cleanup tomorrow, bring lava, basalt, I don't know how you say it in English.
Yeah, we know what to do.
Bring blackstone,
Love, you're sitting on
and
the wrong side.
deep slate, because especially cobbled deep slate, because we're going to transform that griefed stone biome, like that grief desert. We're going to transform it into a volcanically active like zone
I'm scared.
with like lava ponds and like vents of basalt that smoke. Oh yeah, campfires. We're gonna need campfires for smoke.
All right. we can provide some stuff.
Yes.
Join the Lance.
Olaf, would you mind changing sides?
Blue man, just like
I'm still on my way.
Blue
I'm
man,
almost there. I can see the
Zoom.
flying islands.
Blue man, you supposed to left. You got no seats.
All right, I see someone
Olaf
coming.
just sits in the middle of the
It's
table.
Urabon.
That's fine.
Urabon!
Let's go.
I mean, Left, you can sit on the USSC side. Your Pumi's gone. He can find his.
Urabon.
Okay, follow me, Urabon. Here.
Left, please don't sit in the middle because then I don't see KPX and I'm the cameraman.
I don't know if Draw is here, but you need to thank him to build this house here.
Oh, someone else has got the best tag. Let's go.
Let's go, yeah.
And that probably brings up the most important thing that we need to address right out of the gate. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, Arabon, but it's my understanding that like we're more or less not allowed to leave here without making a commitment that isn't run through every other member state of the alliance. Correct?
Yes, we can. We literally have made commitments, and we can't retract them without like betraying the alliance.
So
Okay.
So what that means, it doesn't mean that like this is a waste of time or useless, not by a long shot. It just means that at the end of it, we'll say we'll get back to you, and then we'll get back to you.
So by commitments, what does that mean?
Concessions, right?
Like, remember how we had to cancel all other alliances except for the ones within the Eltham alliance?
Yeah.
Like I've heard people like pretend that the Eltham alliance is like just a way to declare war on a certain nation of foxes, but that isn't true. It's meant to be like a new security organization to streamline all of Eltham diplomacy. And for that reason, we had to provide a clean slate of
Well,
diplomacy.
that's
and now,
understood.
yeah, but now we cannot like make decisions without the others' consent. It's like a UN Security Council.
Well, that's understood. Well, that I thought was a given, but when I hear commitments, like that to me just sounds like this plan's in motion. About so that got me nervous a little bit. Like,
I mean,
you know what I'm trying to say.
there definitely is things in motion, but doesn't mean.
Oh, that is not the place to cut off Urabon.
My fucking headphones just unplugged. There's definitely things in motion, and there is definitely things that we cannot change. That doesn't mean within that framework there isn't a lot of variability that we can exploit.
All right. Well, let's get this started. Where would you like us to start, or
Yeah,
I think KPX wanted to start.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
you invited us more or less.
all right? Go on. So KPX starting.
yeah,
or-
I will start.
I'm confused.
Yeah, hello, welcome. I'm glad that you have come here today. I would like to welcome the representatives of the Viperium and Mansland, Shribus Carosleros, the newly elected Mans, and Wilson, Lord Protector of Mansland. And I would also like to welcome the General Secretary Leaf of the USSE and Vanla Gabolova, the General Secretary of the Union. So, last Tuesday in the evening, the former Mans Griff, Tiger Dog, Lord of the Fast Fortress, and people from the Hans Merc group from the Viperium raided the city of Sanguinople. Tiger Dog has provoked us with threatening to destroy the Sanguinople nether points, and allowed us into the nether. In the attack, Yopo Omi, other law advisor, and NA rep of Sanguinople lost an important sword. This sword belongs to the other local government. After here, there's hope of peace and holding our friendship, and that you are really sorry for the guys who did this, and you're not agreed with them. I am hope we can hold our friendship and can also get the sword back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
do you want us to go next then?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to start with this. The government of Mansland has, from the second it's been made aware of this raid, I, on behalf as the representative of the government of Mansland, universally condemn the actions that have taken place and are prepared to take, punitive measures against the parties involved. As you can see, talk today, fucking tooth. Griff has already been barred from running again for Mans and has for a large part lost most of his political stature in Mansland with no real chance of being able to reclimb or reascend the ranks. High Dog, for his part, has been, and all the trouble he has caused, we recognise the issue he has continued to bring, and we are prepared to demote him and remove all sort of and place the same sort of restrictions on ever attaining public office with a current interim period in place until we find a new person to take over the claim. To you personally, KPX, I'd like to apologize. This was not premeditated by me. Of course, I wasn't there at the time. I was at lunch with a bunch of friends thinking nothing big was going to happen until someone decided to do that. Sorry. So I want to apologize sincerely for the events that took place. And if you need any other way for us to show, if that's in the form of like helping rebuild anything that was destroyed, I'm more than happy to provide that. Regards to the Nether Pond, I'm gonna ban us from even going in the vicinity of that and make a standing law that Manslanders are no longer allowed to go near USSE claimed Nether Ponds in an effort to show solidarity. In regards to the sword, I can work to start getting it back. Mansland is not currently in possession of the sword, but I'll start the process of trying to get that back to you guys as sort of the last sort of symbols to get this raid situation behind us. And I hope that you can see that my apology is sincere, and I hope you can help to move this sort of black mark on history firmly into the past. That's in regards to the Sanguinople. I hope that's satisfactory, KPX.
Yeah, of course. I understand, and I'm really glad that this is not coming from you. This were just people.
All right, Lethe, do you want to talk next, or should I?
Well, I
I'll let you go first because I do have questions, but I'd rather let you go first.
All right. First of all, we are happy to hear that Mansland is willing to apologize for their actions and what has happened here. The circumstances under which this apology is finally coming certainly diminish the amount to which we are capable of fully fully believing its honesty. However, we're willing to give the benefit of the doubt and believe that it was sincerely not planned by the Manslanders which we here have before us. Furthermore, I want to point out that as many times in the past, we do not have any hard feelings toward the Manslanders personally, and we do not wish for hostilities to continue.
Okay.
I'm just.
All right, Lethe,
So,
you said you have questions.
Yes,
Wait,
yes, I
wait,
do.
I have
But
questions.
actually,
Let
in
Blumen
the
talk first, please. Let Blumen talk first. Blumen want to say something.
All right.
Yeah. So, people of Adalor, people of the USSE, and people of Mansland. I want to deeply apologize as Mans in the name of Mansland and the Vulperium for the recent actions by our soldiers in Sanguinople. Our governments gave absolutely no orders to attack the citizens or even enter the city, but the soldiers did so anyway, and I'm really, really incredibly sorry for that. I really hope that our relationship with Adalor and the EU can heal again to where it was before the incident. Um, Also, I'm already working on getting the sword back, as we previously discussed. Yeah, on a separate note, I want to congratulate Lethan and Chelovek to General and Deputy Secretary in the USSE.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'll just say to start out, just as a very quick baseline, that it was specifically the video that Wilson had posted that had kind of alerted me to how bad things have gotten on our side with regards to toxicity. And the next morning, when that was the next morning after seeing that video, I had sent out a personal announcement regarding out of character attacks and the kind of language that was being used to describe manslanders. On a personal level, I just find that kind of stuff really fucking gross. And overall, making the server just a bad experience for both people. And
Yeah, I
so,
agree.
on behalf of the USSE, for the comments of Chelovek, Girois that have almost certainly crossed moral lines, you have my apology.
I want to say, first of all, I want to say thank you. The toxicity, I mean, it certainly has been a big issue, and I think it's been one of the major wedges that has driven us apart. That sort of rhetoric, I know. I've said this many times. It's caused a bunch of people in the past to leave the server, and I've been quite. I wouldn't say personally offended, but it's not. It's not conducive to a fun
It's not
experience.
fun to hear.
It's not fun to hear. No, I do want to say thank you. The apology really did mean a lot to me, and I can't say, and I want to say, as sort of the first general secretary, not the first, but at least in the current climate, to make that announcement, it does mean a lot, and I want to thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right, and then so my question. We obviously have the person who, for now, is taking the brunt of the blame for the raid in the call. I don't know if Griff has a mic or not, but if not, my question would basically just be, and yes, all right, good. My question would be more or less just for our own fact finding about what happened, as to what the motivations were, why the attack was launched, when it was decided that this was going to happen.
And who
Griff?
decided it, importantly.
Yeah, Holy Cannon, I think. Holy Cannon was the. I mean, of course, Griff, you can speak, but Holy Cannon sort of dealt with the sort of. Somebody thought. I keep forgetting the word. He dealt with a lot of the punitive side on our end, and he has a sort of complete sort of picture because he interviewed most of the people that were there after the fact. So I think he would also be a great resource to ask about what actually happened and all of that.
Well, there we go.
Alright.
Floor is yours.
All
Yeah,
right.
I would
Wait,
like
should
to hear
I?
your opinion.
Should I or anyone
Yeah,
else?
please.
Please.
So initially it was planned as another gang because we received information that you have those pawns, like it's basically right below our portal, like the portal we use. So we went to check it out, and I think at the time there was like what's called an event or something in the USSC,
Debate,
and
yes.
yeah, and we thought like maybe someone is nether fishing at the moment. So because nethers, at least from at the time and our understanding, nether was free game. Like we had band attacks and everything. So we looked around and we had Tiger Dog with us, and we thought after we saw no one, we could use Tiger Dog to maybe like lure through if Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, a few people out to have a fun fight. And then only one person showed up with the sword this discussion has been about. And after I think one more person went through.
This was me.
Uh,
Yeah, I went
yeah.
through.
I decided to go through the portal myself, just to check out like how things look on the other side, because we weren't sure if you like, for example, trapped the portal or something. Because we just wanted to check, or I just wanted to check, and we didn't want like 15 people. We were, I think, 4 people there, if even. Just wanted to check out if you like had any plans of sending your military through, because we're still looking for a fun fight at the time. When that didn't happen, yeah, we went in there. It wasn't like things. It was planned at another game. Like we didn't mean to raid your city, but we did because we were like hoping for a fight, like an actual like PvP fight. And yeah, that didn't happen. We just found a bunch of, I would say, nakeds here, like unequipped people. Yeah, and one of our members, Cross, you may know him. He's one of the before mentioned hands people we took along. Wait, you're in the ones. Oh no, I'm not claiming the. No, we aren't claiming the pawns for ourselves. The portal are like directly below us, so there was no long way to reach that. Like no danger of getting ganked by other people in the Nether. We're not claiming the pawns for us. Don't worry about it. It's like,
Holy.
Hmm?
Just for since you were there, can you just add sort of as like to say something? You, as I said before, this wasn't ordered by the Volperian Royal Court or our government, though.
oh
This
no,
was something
we just wanted a
you
PvP fight and
guys were
went
just
through.
in
Yeah.
BC and thought it'd be funny thing to do.
Yeah.
But you literally came into the city and you saw we are unequipped. But still,
Yeah.
I won't get murdered. And one of you guys,
Yeah, the
was
cross.
still in the city. Most of you are left right after this, but one guy didn't leave, and he continued killing us.
Yeah, that was cross. That's what I wanted to come to now. That's the only person we didn't have an affiliation to, because we went there. Basically, I think it was Griffin and 4 hands, Prologue, myself, James, and Cross. And we don't really have control over Cross since he isn't. I don't think he even has a country or a nation he lives in, because we just went to the Discord where they were and just asked, "Yo, you guys want to go to the Nether gang?" And yeah, he just stayed there and killed everyone, because, as you said, like all of us, after we saw no one was there, we left. So, like after the initial wave of killing, we left because that wasn't what we were here for. We weren't there for just like to kill you over and over again. That wasn't
You
the
say,
thing.
you just came into the city to look what is going on the other side. But why exactly came all 6 of you came through the portal, ran directly into the city, and instantly killing everyone you saw?
Oh, my bad. I skipped some. I mean, what I want to say is, I went through the first time to check it out. Then I went back in and said like nothing. There's no one. And then we went like, okay, guys, come on, we want to fight. Let's go through everyone. That like I went back. It's not like I went alone there to scout. Then I went back and said, look, there's no one, because we knew like you had people on, and we were like, okay, after we killed like 2 guys in Nether, surely they have someone like getting on. Because I didn't go up, because in Sanguinople, I believe the Nether portal is like down somewhere.
Yeah,
Like you have a
down
water
this.
elevator, and I couldn't go up, so I just saw like downstairs and was empty. So we thought like maybe if we go there, you guys are gathering up there to come through and fight us. We wanted to surprise you.
All right, I have another question.
Okay.
You said that like the Volp leadership didn't know about this.
Nope.
Who did know about this, or
Who was in the voice call at the time specifically?
Taiga, because we used him as bait because I was told of how much you don't like them.
He is
and-
one of the 3 people who I have blocked from Stoneworks.
Yeah.
Out of like personally like too toxic to ever want to deal with ever again.
Yeah, that's why we kind of just take him. We wanted to get like you wanted to use Griffin because he was a man's, and we thought like you don't like the Manslanders.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never really met Griffin before.
Yeah, but when I was told Taiga's like the #1 person on your enemy of state list, like yeah, let's use Taiga. But Taiga left like relatively quick after he died in the Nether, so he didn't come through the portal. Scrollock, Griffin, myself, James, like one of the hands, James Spyro, and as I mentioned, Cross, but Cross and James were just there, like they weren't planned in the initial force, but at the time when we like wanted to go to the Nether to see if someone was there, you had like 22 people, I think, and with 4 people that we felt kind of scared, so we took like 2 more. So yeah, that's the people in the voice chat. I think that's everyone.
Was KK in the voice chat at this time?
Nope. KK came after we like ended the raid shortly after. It was like, what the fuck are you doing? So KK wasn't happy. And we got
we have
reprimanded.
I can
screen-
actually, I'm gonna
Yeah.
send in chat because someone asked to quote unquote prove that we didn't raid. I'm gonna send my initial reaction to hearing about the raid, if that like is
Wilson,
evident.
wait a minute. We do have screenshots of Keke being in the voice chat during the raid. So
That was when we were in. That was when we were in Kakskaya, and that was when we all started walking home already. KK first joined the VC when we like conclude we were like people were already starting to walk home from Kakskaya.
No,
Is the city, I believe.
You don't. You're lying. No, we have the timestamp 324, which was taken minutes after KPX sent us a picture of Scrolllock in the Nether killing. So this is
Yeah, we didn't take long. We're
Yeah,
like
so this is-
finished pretty quick.
Yeah, this is when you're coming out of the Nether. Because following this is when we get the screenshots of 4 Vulperium and hands in the overworld outside of the Nether portal. I
Keke
sent
was
the
the voice
screenshot.
Wait, is the
I sent
screenshot-
the screenshot
Oh.
is in no mic.
All right, let me check.
I
Yeah, that's
put,
what.
I
That
put
was
in
like
my-
we already left.
We have it
Or, like,
timestamped.
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't kill anyone at that time. We were like packing up because at the time when we went through the
At
portal,
the
KK was
time, we were still engaged in a fight with, at the very least,
with Cross. Yeah, but when Cross was fighting you, we all already like the rest of us packed up because, as I said, we are not like affiliated with Cross. We took him with us because we wanted extra people to fight with us because we didn't know the enemy numbers. Cross was doing like while Cross was still murdering you, we were all already like warped home, like the
But
majority
then
of
at the
us.
same time, Scrolllock is still here, correct?
I think Scroll stayed behind, but I don't remember.
I mean,
don't
we
have
have
videos,
time
so-
And
If time
Scroll,
scammed,
Scroll is a high-ranking military official in the Vulperium, correct?
So am I.
Yes. So now here's the other thing: high-ranking military official, correct?
We are living in a city. Like, James Spyro is a friend of ours because we're both hands. Scrollock and I live in the same city, and you're like as I said before, the pawns are like directly below our city, and Griffin is in the progress of becoming my right-hand man in the Vulperian military. I don't know why Tiger was there. That was lucky timing. I'll be honest with you, but this has nothing to do with the military.
Right, but understand optically that we have high-ranking
course.
military
Yeah.
officials from the Vulperium who are directly involved in such an attack. That no
And
matter how
we
you
have-
spin that, that is a Vulperium like state-sponsored attack, even if the political leadership did not endorse the attack. That you are still a representative of the Vulperium when you
Besides-
log on with your chat, with your
it seems
username
like
and Discord roles. Correct?
yeah.
That is correct. Yes.
Besides, it's this all seems very convenient. Like Keke was in the voice chat, but she didn't know anything. Tiger was there to bait us, but he didn't know anything. No one knew anything about this attack, except for like the people who don't matter.
I
But
mean,
then, and I'm also going to add here that we have just been getting completely conflicting like messaging from Volpirium High leadership, where at various points, like it was a hands attack, and then
yes,
oh no,
because it's
forget it.
4 hands and Griffin.
Yes, but also coincidentally the hands that have Volpirium citizenship. Like I didn't see Krezi there.
Wait, Cross isn't the Volpirium citizen, I
Cross
believe.
isn't. You are.
Oh yeah, that's because, as I said, the pawns are like. Wait, I can show on the stream because your pawns are like literally below the city I live in.
No, I understand. Scrolllock came like from above me and tried to
Listen,
kill me, and I got a free set from him. So
Oh, nice.
we're not denying that it was a Volpirium attack, and and I'm going to be the first one to step up and say, for the very fact that, and you can even see this in that screenshot I posted, the very fact that Scroll, Holy, and Griff was there makes it I agree with you, and that's part of what we're apologizing for. I think the point we're trying to make is, like you said, the political leadership didn't plan. It was something that people in VC did, and for that I do sincerely apologize for that, and that's what we came here to do, because it isn't an apology if you didn't do anything wrong, but we're by no means saying, hey, this was okay, we're not guilty, a step up. We're taking ownership and say, we messed up, I'm sorry.
okay,
Sort of. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the response that I was looking for.
That's I'm sorry if that got misconstrued, but at least what I who someone who wasn't there, you can see that I was completely blindsided by it. Like, we take ownership, we're sorry, and like the point I'm trying to make is like, it's sort of the policy I've been trying to construct for my nation and what I've been trying to do. This completely contradicts every sort of the foreign policy I've been trying to push forward. And so I again what's the thing? I again absolutely I've scolded and I will continue to scold the officials involved in this incident and apologize for it.
You mentioned that you have screenshots of your first reaction upon hearing.
Yeah, it's in
raid.
Nomad.
It is?
Or in Assembly Hall Nomad. You can see.
Here we go.
You can see my reaction, particularly when I found out about the wall as well.
Can I ask something real quick?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not really speaking on behalf of like Blades or anything like this. This is just like a personal question. When it comes to like government officials like Taiga and Griff and these people attacking USC, I appreciate the apology, but it's kind of like if like I don't know, like Kamala Harris attacked Beijing personally, and like the U.S. is just like sorry, like what? It seems like there needs to be more than just like sorry. We'll give them a slap on the wrist, and they won't be in the government anymore. Does that make sense? And Kamala Harris.
Just for reference, when we had a similar situation regarding Cato and Sylvania, Cato is being personally forced to pay the reparations to Sylvania.
Well,
we are forcing him to be the one to pay the reparations directly to Sylvania for his actions.
And he's being tried for it.
Yes.
And we have offered Sylvania to try him. Like Tiger Dog is still one of the most wanted criminals in our country, and you're continuing to shield him.
all right. So you're saying you want a trial for Tiger Dog, or what are you guys looking for?
Okay.
You want to
Wilson,
try?
I don't know why you're so surprised by this.
I'm not
We've
surprised.
always
I'm
wanted a
not
trial for Wilson.
acting surprised. I'm saying sort of that instead. Let's not go in riddles. What do you want us to provide? We can give Tiger over for a trial. if you'd
The
like
thing, the,
by a
the
third party.
The things
What?
that I want, I cannot say in a public chat, but for now, we would have to demand like reparations, Tiger Dog to be trialed, and like we need to resume talks about things that Mansland did in the past that damaged the USSE in severe ways. And like talk about reparations and that you are aware we have like a list of 50 grievances that the Volpirium and Mansland together have done to our country over the past month.
You
And
can send me that list. That would be great.
I mean, I can, but not right now.
Oh.
And well, like that's not what we're here. What I'm basically saying
Well-
is that we should resume negotiations about these things because each and every one of these things has ended in us getting ghosted or ignored or mocked or threatened with war.
I mean, well, that's sort of like, as far as I was aware, we came here to issue a public apology and show we are sincerely sorry for what happened and move on in sort of talks of peace. I mean, this
Also
sounds
just-
more. I know.
Well,
But
no.
it is
Also,
starting
just
to-
to like
Oh, go on,
sort
go
of
on,
I don't mean to
Go-
interrupt, but also
go-
like
go
we
on.
need to just establish a baseline here. And
I'm happy to
and
establish, but I mean, very quickly, this is sounding more like the Treaty of Versailles peace conference than just a general, just chat in good faith.
I mean, we can. I mean, we are chatting in good faith, but like,
Yeah, we are.
okay. So the thing that, like, I think where we are misunderstanding each other a little here is that Mansland thinks that it's just this Nether Pond attack, and if we can just settle that, then there is no problem between our nations anymore. The problem is that what we have here in front of us and the situation we're rapidly accelerating towards is the culmination of like 6 months of just non-stop, ceaseless bad faith from Mansland and the Volpirium that has like annihilated all treaties that we've had before, that has resulted in warning and diplomacy attempt after diplomacy attempt. And each and every time this happened, we were either completely ignored, or we were laughed at. We were threatened with war once. Keke came into every diplomacy chat to mock us publicly. And like, it's not just the raid yesterday. If you want to like solve the situation from the raid yesterday, then I will cut that from the, and like if you pay reparations for it and return the sword and so on, then I can cut that from the long list of grievances that we have assembled for the announcement that will probably drop in the near future. But like, it's not like it's the only thing, if you get what I mean.
I get what you mean. I mean, I'm certain you understand that we have our own views on recent history, but I'm not gonna take this time to go into sort of the different perspectives here. If you want reparations, you want that, then send us a list of what you want. And we can start negotiating in good faith from there. But I'm here to give. I'm here mainly for KPX to say, you know, I'm sorry, and I'm here for sort of the first sort of talk with Lath as the general secretary. Again, Swibby said, but congrats on your win. To sort of start opening up negotiations of just leaving this situation alone and just sort of coexistence would be my ultimate goal.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean,
I'm happy to
coexist.
do that, but again, if you're talking about reparation, talking about that, send us a list instead of like sort of naming a bunch of mysterious sort of occurrence. Tiger Dog, I understand, and we can talk about that. And I am willing to make big concessions on the Tiger Dog thing, giving up, going to trial if that's would be helpful. But if you want to talk about general reparations, send us a list of what you actually want first.
All right. We will talk about that on. We'll have to talk about that on our side because like we have given up the idea of reparation long ago due to the like diplomatic situation and how gridlocked it was between us. There was something else I wanted to.
I use the word reparations. I would prefer just a good faith agreement, which sort of sees because I think
Right, I remember again.
we
Go
both
on.
see it. We've, I mean, I'll be the first to admit both probably caused harm to each other, but we've both been harmed by each other as well. So to
Yeah.
sort of universally one-sided, I think that's a bit disingenuous. And I think
mean-
if it's reparations, it would be two-way reparations if we're going to talk about this morally and objectively.
I mean, I'll be the first to admit that like we weren't completely innocent, but from my perspective, it is very, very clear who started it here, and like I don't mean to insult you in any way or anything, but like we have recapped history like multiple times,
I know.
and like a lot of has happened. Like we wanted to coexist with Mansland, trying so hard to make Mansland coexist with us, and like Wilson, I know you can't like publicly admit that, but you know that in our negotiations for Mansland's independence, we were saying that
Listen,
Mansland.
I know for, and I'll be the first one, and I've defended this publicly. You personally, Urban, has been, you like, yeah, my fucking tooth. I need to get some ice on my mouth after this. Let's fucking talk. You have been nothing but in good faith for Urban, and no matter what happens at the end of this, I would say on a personal level, the amount of respect I have for you as a player and all that will never change, because that is one thing that has been certain. Whenever we've negotiated with you, it has been in good faith, and it has been. And I'll sort of say, what's the word I'm looking for? I will say you have been very good and a great to play with.
It's
Now, I can't speak that for our experience with the entire government, but I will say you have been amazing to negotiate with and play with over the past year.
It's great to have that acknowledged. Like it's a bit like what I wanted to get at is that like we had negotiated during the independence agreement that Mansland couldn't just join any other country because we were like concerned about the infrastructure and the
that was mentioned, but again, we were under the arrangement that we wouldn't be reinvaded, and we felt at the time that was a very real probability, especially with the recent formation of the Imperium. But again, that's in the past.
Yeah. I mean, after that, I tried hard to like bring the situation back to where it would be acceptable for both sides.
Yeah.
I remember being in long voice chats with you, Wilson, where
I know.
you ultimately said, yeah, Mansland wants its independence back. And I went to my government and I pledged my entire political career and my entire like renown within the USSE as a diplomat. I placed it on you being honest about that.
We were
and
honest
I was
about
disappointed, and as a consequence of that, I had lost all my positions within the USSE government, and am now unfortunately banished to the meager existence of merely leading
Grand
the
Emperor
Union.
Grand Emperor of Elkan. I know. I feel so bad for you. I really do.
Talk about falling upwards.
No, I know. Well, but then again,
God bless.
that situation. I mean, I would never lie, but in the wake of that situation, there was a mix of things, and it ultimately, as always, it sort of boiled down to the fact that did we think we would last long independent, and did we think that, especially with some of the rhetoric that has come out of the USSE, it was mainly in that video that I posted with the majority of screenshots were after our good, I did talk with you in good faith. We did feel like, that MDP might not be honoured, and that's ultimately what scared us to doing nothing.
Well, you had not only my word. By that
we
point,
did have your. Well, again, as that's the point I said. I've always, when I negotiate, know you in good faith, but as the announcement Chelevek made earlier, the USSE is a large government made up of multiple people, and we weren't just. We knew you were we knew you were honest and in good faith, but we didn't know if the rest of the USSC would share that sentiment, and if you were to quit, how long that MDP would last for.
I mean, in regards to that, at that point, you weren't like being aggressed on by the USE, because like I had told them for the past 2 months, shut the fuck up in regards to Mansland. Just shut your fucking mouth in regards to Mansland. That's what I told them.
I mean,
I can fix this. I can fix this situation, and I tried.
Yeah.
Can I say
Which
something
we
real
both-
quick about the language?
Go ahead.
I
Tell that.
apologize that it offended you guys. It was sort
No,
of.
that's fine.
I thought it was like. I thought it would have been taken in a memey way. Like, obviously, I don't want to actually genocide anybody.
No, obviously. I get it's in game.
Maybe offended some of your younger players, may have taken it more seriously or something. I get that, and I'm sorry about that.
I appreciate that. The point that I'm trying to make is not about the sort of language, but I'm saying, it was that sort of rhetoric issued by you and by Sherilyn at the time, but that like sort of convinced us ultimately that an MDP, while maybe good, might not be a good long-term decision for our continued survival. Because I understand you have achieved great things with the USSC, and you are widely renowned as probably one of the greatest depths or greatest gen sex of you. So your word carries a lot of weight. And so if a senior politician like yourself wants war, well, it's most likely eventually will happen.
I just want.
It wasn't. It seems like that language was very recent, because until very recently I wasn't even online, like even on Discord. So it's like.
Well, the language
we weren't
wasn't
really
just you. It was broader and it much longer lasting. But and it wasn't just by yourself. It was by other officials. Said things. Oh, I really need ice. You know, this hurts.
to get back to it, or Ron, I just wanted to point that out.
No, I'm a bit. Yeah. So I mean, I'm saying that it was that. Well, this is not the part where sort of the actual grade, but I'm saying, in general, that toxicity. Well, I'll look through it if we want to debate like sort of times, but it was long lasting. It did occur consistently.
It
Sort
occurred.
of,
Yeah, I know, Watson, but it occurred before I told the USSE government to give me 2 months to fix the Mansland situation, and told them to shut up. And I know because I checked them, they consistently did not aggress against Mansland in that time period. And I tried so many things. I tried that bridge project that you ghosted me on. I tried
that was
to
bad
get
on my part.
community
I had an
events
appointment.
going.
Yeah. But anyway,
And
I get that. I'm not saying we're not at fault as a whole. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm not sort of like what I'm implying is I'm just saying it's not sort of all us. There is a bit of USSC blame in this entire sort of clusterfuck cauldron, that is known as the
it definitely
situation.
is. And I want to tell you that because I know like that we're not completely not to blame here, that we're like not going to like, how do you say it, smite you down in righteous wrath or something like that.
Yeah.
This is not about revenge or anything. So there's always an out for Mansland.
So I think what we can do here, I think what the sort of might be useful is let's sort of like take a step back from the blame game and let's just sort of talk about what your long-term goals are. Like if there was a sort of negotiation at this point, what would be what do you want to see change?
My long-term
that we
goal,
can accommodate.
My long-term goal has always been the same. Ever since the Red War, I wanted to fix the mistakes that were made during my administration, and part of that mistake is like the independence of Mansland, not like letting it go, because letting it go has ultimately led to the USSE becoming stronger and like moving above and beyond to recover. which I think if we hadn't hit rock bottom at that point, we wouldn't be where we are now. That being said, I do believe that Mansland was stronger, it was more active, its community was better, it had more events, we had more like lore behind it. The entire region was just straight up better when we were together rather than separated. And it is still my long-term goal to achieve that state again. I want Mansland to have 30 citizens and a booming economy again.
All right, Leif.
What's up?
I was just asking, what is your long-term goal from this situation? What would you like? Let's say if this entire thing was to be fixed tomorrow, with snap of your finger, what would the Serrona look like? And you'd be happy and content with that.
I mean, it's never been about land for me. Where, during my tenure as general secretary, I sold a chunk of Angelar, one of the only ever land sales to ever happen in the USC, because we have too much fucking land and nothing to do with it. And so, what it is for me, I mean, this much is already fairly public that I did not start out as anti-Volt or anti-Mans, not even by a long shot. When I first joined the USSC, actually starting to become an active player in the USSC, it was the Mindset event that actually got me interested and got me going. That was where I became friends with Kato and Saray in the first place. When the independence crisis happened, I just wasn't enough of an active player to care at the time. And for months, I would go to St. Nilsburg, screw with Mandy's, talk in your VCs, whatever else, whenever I saw Saray in there. It was never about anything for me until I'll tell it explicitly that the incident that changed my mind was the Kameniak and Taiga Dog situation.
Fair enough.
I was waking up every day with 50 fucking messages over every perceived slight, and it was just mind-numbingly frustrating, screaming into the void about this, and nothing ever getting done about it. We're just having to sit here and listen to him call us a bunch of fascist assholes and just be nonstop belligerent spam messaging us.
Okay.
And it completely killed my positive feelings.
Okay, I understand. I'm going to say this. I think this has been needed. I said this to Urban, I think, once or twice, but I'm going to say this sort of publicly. I will say to this day, the biggest sort of mistake I've had of sort of in my tenure of Mansland was not really paying attention. Whenever I dealt with Tiger, it was always, as I said today, it was always, I always sort of dealt with the Tiger Dog situation with sort of a dismissive situation. Oh, whatever you want, Tiger, I don't really, yeah, you can live here, yeah. And I will say to this, to you guys, that I'm sorry for not being more active in that situation and not coming down on him more. And I am sorry for sort of, but at the time, I'm going to be honest, I just really didn't care. I was just like, oh, well, Tiger, do whatever you want. I'm doing my own. I'm building this, or I'm negotiating that, or I sort of was dismissive. And for that, I can see the harm that Tiger has caused on the USSC. And looking at those things, I'm gonna straight up. And so, if you want, and so as to show that good faith, I am willing. If you want to do a trial, we will expedite him for that, because to sort of put an end to that. And then if there was a reparations thing, one thing I will admit, that would be sort of one of the things we would give ground on. It's like, yeah, that was wrong, because again, I do say that's my biggest mistake on so much, of just not caring enough about the Tiger thing and not putting enough thought into it, because at the time, as I said, I was quite dismissive and I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, whatever, Tiger. I didn't really hear him out. I didn't really listen. I was just like, it was other.
The kind of behavior that he was engaged in, warranted a warning from admins, and it was it was way over the line and way excessive.
It was. I completely agree with you, and I'm gonna stand by you on that one.
Can I?
Yeah, I'm going to stand by it, and then if you want after this, Leif, we'll get into it. If you want to do it, we'll get into it either tomorrow thing, and we'll talk about a serious way to sort of deal with that for once and for all after this. If you want,
Alright.
Leif, we'll get. Because as I said, I will say that it's like sort of the biggest mistake I've made in Stoneworks.
For sure.
Can I maybe
Yeah, a lot of mistakes were made by everyone here.
A lot of mistakes
Yeah.
were made by everyone, and that's one I'm going to take absolute ownership of. I
Yes,
wasn't
I
as
think-
involved in that, and I'm going to own that right now.
I think that we all can agree on it, at least.
Huh? We all can agree on that. Tiger, sort of, be honest. So we'll revert back to sort of my original question, Leif. What sort of, at the end of the day, let's say a month from now, how do you want to see the Serronan Con, or what do you want to see out of this? Like, what is your sort of ultimate goal? Yeah.
At this point, just cessation of hostility.
Alright.
To where like the toxicity like from our side is exhausting. It's exhausting from your side too. Like it's
Mhm.
exhausting to have to babysit a country of 50 fucking socialist shitholes. And
Agreed.
it's difficult, and it's not something that I've enjoyed having to do.
I understand.
And if that like just takes the place of like we don't fucking talk to each other,
yeah,
whatever, like that's better than now, right?
yeah. I'm gonna sort of, my long-term goal for sort of thing is this has been crisis. I just want to, people disagree about the state of Mansland, but the people in Mansland are genuinely happy with how I mean, it certainly is a smaller community. The people never forget to point out, but it's a tight-knit community. It's almost like, a lot of people in Mansland see it as almost like this sound cold, but almost as a brotherhood. Like this bonds thing, people have met up in real life from the community. It is an extremely tight knit and community that loves each other and that loves the work they've been able to achieve on the server. And so my long-term goal is to see that community preserved and see sort of it allowed to flourish on the land that it's spent so long developing. That is sort of my ultimate long-term goal, especially when I eventually quit the server. I want to make sure I've left the community in safe hands, so when I do leave, it can continue.
Yes, I think this is what we all want.
Yeah, I mean, I hold no, like, I would be the last person to talk about, like, destroying the Mansland community. That being said, like, I really do think that the Volpirium isn't really capable for the near future to provide for the security of Mansland, and since like oh fuck, it's late here and I've been working for like
I
the
completely. I
entire
cannot wait
weekend.
to get off this call the same way and just hit mine.
Understandable.
What I want to say is that Mansland always has an out. Like whether you become independent or whether like you join back with us or whatever happens, it's not our interest to destroy any community.
I mean, but that's sort of
USC is also in it for self-preservation to a degree.
understandable. But that's one of the things that is like, I think that has made it sort of resilience from outside is the sort of sentiment we have is that when you look at the sort of message and you look in general, like if you go into the USC server and you type the word Mansan, most of our people, but the point I'm trying to make is most of our people have this idea: if we rejoin the USSC, it's gonna be nothing but hate. It's gonna be nothing but, and it's just not gonna be fun anymore. It's just gonna be us ending up moving out of our lands and having to go somewhere else because a bunch of people who like, for example, there are people in the USSC who were joined after we came, haven't even been in VC, but have this profound hatred. So it's like the people think, well, that's not going to change once. However, whatever happens if we rejoin, and so
I
they
mean,
just don't want it.
everything can be changed. Remember
Everything.
how? Okay, Wilson. Remember how we felt about the DVR
True.
after the Red War? Can you imagine the sentiments that were posted about the DVR, and why was that the case?
Well, it was a
Because
case
the
of you
DVR.
slowly usurped them and showed them who was boss.
Well, no, not even. We just literally like sat down with them. We just started
Yeah.
talking to Philly and Healy more. We became more acquainted with each other, and we realized, like, you know what? It's better to work together.
Exactly.
That's
The
honestly
problem
what
that
I
we
was
had.
hoping this call would be. That's honestly what I was hoping this call would be.
Yeah. The problem we had, I think, initially with Mansland is the fact that Mansland was kind of founded by Manders, and then it made its own Discord that was separate from the rest of the USSE, and it never interacted with the general USSE server except when it came to like major events and such. But generally, they like stayed a completely encapsulated community that didn't interact with the rest, that with fried rice, like the capitalist culture and everything starting to seep in, and really like a seething hatred for socialism developing. And I think this disconnect of the communities was what caused the
Yeah, I
original.
mean, I'm gonna agree. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I think one of the biggest reasons that caused was like, I think a lot of people in Mansland, like while at the time they didn't have anything against the USSC, I think they just wanted a different form. They didn't enjoy, or not they did that they didn't enjoy. I think they just wanted a different form of RP. They didn't want to do the socialism anymore. I mean, okay, and then they thought let's start a new nation, but I mean. So I've never had a problem with communicating, and I will never have a problem with the sort of end goal once it's all over with being with the USC. I mean, most of the people there, I mean, I'd say in fact 99% of the people I love, like Urban. Out of character, I think you're a Chad and you're an amazing person to talk to. Same with you, Lace. You know, but the thing that's sort of more important is that as much as I do love you guys, we do love our own community too, and we want to make sure that is preserved because we have it where I would say we're sort of diverged to a point where we have different play styles. We like to play the game in a different way, which is perfectly okay, and we like our own. We sort of like our nation with, and so we can find a compromise or a way to ensure that sort of we can continue with our play style and we're happy to interact and all of that. But as long as we can sort of fall back to the same sort of community and thing we enjoy, I think that's sort of like what we're looking for out of this compromise.
As I said, I don't want to destroy the Mansland community. That being said, like you're still part of the Valpyrium. You like declare independence from a democracy, with the big argument being we want more freedom to do what we want, and then you join the fucking monarchy. I don't get it.
Well, the monarchy has had the most hands-off approach. I mean, there's no. I mean, I've said this so many times. I mean, for one, we can leave whenever we want, and two, it's had the best what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, it doesn't interfere with what we do. It gives us. It's almost like if someone looks into the actual way the duchies work, it's somewhat only beneficial. They funnel people towards us, and that's about the only real function the Valpyrium serves. We're allowed to do everything we want. We're allowed to do. I mean, there's no restrictions and there's no sort of expectations of how to play. It's. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here because I understand that you have a very different relationship to the Valpyrium than we do, and that's universal on the server. When people interact, they're going to have different experiences. Like, I can't wait for tomorrow.
I mean,
I
yeah,
understand that. And
the
so,
reason.
yeah,
Go on. Excuse me.
Yeah. So we'll have different experiences. To us, I mean, it's hard to fault the Valpyrium because they haven't done a thing wrong to us. And I understand you've had a different experience with that, and I'm not going to downplay that. All I can say is the way they've been to us, and it's been nothing but honourable and nice. And they haven't backed down on one of their promises. They haven't tried to change anything on us. It's been nothing but honourable. Is the only way I can use to describe it. So, I mean, the community's fine. I mean, I'm not going to sort of badmouth them because they haven't done anything bad to us, you know?
I mean, it's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah, but
Shit. What did I want to say? All right. The Volpirium can afford to like not do anything with its territories because like they abused the fuck out of the pumpkin farm glitch. I call it a glitch, although it was technically a game mechanic at the time. And that's why they have like unlimited resources. Back when I get that like the time where Mansland left the USSE, everything was very stressful because like we had to mobilize every single resource and then that we had, and in the end, it still wasn't remotely enough to defend the country. And I get why that must have been very frustrating and very alienating to the community. But it's not even like an argument right now. It's just an explanation, more or less, why
obviously.
the Volpirium can just afford to do whatever, while the USSE needs to have a more integrated approach to its community.
I'm not faulting the USSE for that. I mean, I think you guys have done wonders, and I commend you for the wonders you've done. I can only speak to, because I mean, regardless of what I feel, I'm trying to do my best here to be a representative of my community, and and on behalf of my community, I just can say it's nothing if they just enjoyed this play style for its own merits. I mean, yeah, I don't really know. I fucking need ice. That's all I can think about right now. But yeah, if you want to say anything, Leif.
Drink something cold. It
Um,
really helps.
I'm
drink,
gonna
drink ice
I'm gonna
cold
mute
water.
up for a second. Leif, if you want to say your part while I go grab some cold water.
I actually also just need to go and grab cold water.
Yep. I think we can make a 5 minutes break real quick.
All right, thank you. I'll be right back.
Alright, nerds, let's play Among Us. We're playing Among Us. Yo. Oh my god. This sounds like a war.
By the way,
before
I
the
have a
war we play
question.
Among Us.
I have no idea who Ankitsu is. Like,
Angi is a Volparian member.
oh,
I don't know how they got here. I don't
hello.
know. Don't ask me.
Why did you become Among Us?
Among Us.
They're in the call. They're in the call. There you go. There you go.
PSP man,
Literally.
Krakow in the chat.
We told Krakow to stay away.
Oh.
Yo, Crackhead Krakow, what's up?
No, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of this. Someone kick Griff.
No,
Okay.
no, please.
Give me
Love
a
you.
sec. I can't just
Thank
die
you.
now. Oh.
I already did.
Love you, Griff. No hard feelings.
No,
Yeah,
that's
love
not
you,
real.
Griff.
Not real. No one loves you.
I'm not trying to go back as the last hour of progress we've made.
Also, I would like to welcome Schwetzig, who joined us.
I'm
Who joined us?
backstage, man.
Schwetzig, also
Continue
an
for
Adler advisor. Why is there during the
Very
raid?
based person.
Yeah, the very base person.
Shall we continue? Everybody's back.
Give me like 5 minutes.
You have currently a
A
break, I
5-minute
think.
break.
Yeah. I mean, we're already talking for
Give me a
yeah, an hour.
About an hour, yeah.
I want
I mean,
an
Let's
hour
go,
and
guys.
20 minutes.
Leif, you're EST, right?
That's right. The only time zone that matters. On God.
On God.
Jesus, America.
Right, that means at the very least, me and Leif are going to be on for a while.
I mean,
So
No,
this-
speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. I've been
Bro.
on since like 4 o'clock yesterday and took a 2-hour nap, so I'm crashing.
man's putting it all, giving it his all.
Oh, I just have a fucked sleep schedule right now.
Fair enough.
I've been sick for the past couple of days.
Fair enough. Let me drink this water.
Griff, what the fuck?
Oh god, he's here.
Uh-oh, that's
Don't get
The
kicked
boss,
for that.
the
I bet
boss
you I-
enemy is here.
I did.
Mystic has said, just all of us naked person will die.
I'm coming back.
Echoes in your wall.
Yeah, you'll never catch me lacking. You'll never catch me lacking. Scrolldog thought he would catch me lacking. I was waiting for him.
How if we just like how if we just like break out the sword immediately?
After we're done here, KPX, I'm gonna need a tour of Sanguinople because I've never actually seen the city before. I have never been here before.
You Master guys are soft in here.
Pardon?
Oh, you never been
There's
here?
There's a bit of a wall.
I think I've passed through here once because I remember that flowing island, but I've never had like a tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean we got a lot of new stuff here
I'm
already, so
excited to see. It's a lovely city.
thank you.
With the
It was a lot
diamond
of work.
ceiling.
No. If someone is stealing the diamonds, I will fucking hunt you down to the end of your life.
Wilson, did you look up in the meeting room?
I need to look up.
Yeah, just come in and look in. I mean,
Yeah.
just a random state in the USSC. Nothing special up in the roof.
What's in the roof? Oh, look at those diamonds.
We out of diamonds, by
Guys,
the way.
why are the diamonds on the roof? Why haven't they been distributed to the people?
We out of diamonds. Grab
Has the Commission of Finance really lacked that bad while I've been gone? Goddamn.
I mean,
For real, Wilson, it's actually crazy what we can do at this point with our like assets. Have you been in the Cascayan temple?
I have, yeah. It's lovely.
It has only taken us 6 months, 10 different versions, and 7 architects to finally get that build done.
Oh, that's great. I'm happy.
I just work it actually.
It's crazy to see just
this.
how because when I was Commissioner of Finance, it was the 1.18 thing really just, and the pumpkins destroyed the economy of Stoneworks. Like there's like everything's gone through the roof price wise, and the people's balances have just gone so high.
What is it with the big arc? It sounded
what?
It sounded a lot like Kameniak, where he said it took several months and several architects, but we finally done it.
Yeah.
That started when I was still in Cascai actively.
I mean, you all can come back to Cascaya. The stuff is still there. Wilson, I actually had planned to take your house down finally, but like it isn't taken down still. You need to please.
I love that thing. I love that house. That's my first house on Stoneworks.
Wilson, please.
Too late. I've already rigged it with TNT. I've already
Wilson, it's one of the prime real estate places in Cascaya.
Come on now.
You don't live there.
Don't evict me like that. Don't do me like that.
Wait, which house is it?
Actually, I lied. I have TNT placed all around Cascaya. Let's declare war.
Yeah, we're talking about
Did you blow it up already? What the fuck?
We're talking about. We're talking about this big trial. Maybe the real trial is going to be me trying to keep my house from eminent domain.
Real trial is the friends that we made along the way.
Move. You know
that
what?
would be a fun RP trial.
Wilson, I'll cut you a deal. Alaria joins the USC again, and I'll keep that house standing. I'll put it on a platform for everyone in this. So everyone in this entire city, from all angles, has to see this house.
Listen, if Illyria rejoins the USSC, I'm gonna need that house to be under the Illyria claim, just so it freaks everyone out.
We'll airlift it. We'll airlift it with the airship.
Deal.
That could be a fun thing. where
I don't
build,
know
like-
what admin shenanigans would be necessary for that, but I think
No, they did it for the Shirokaneza tree.
that would be funny.
if
That
that
would-
is the case, we could probably make that like, don't you have netherite tier? Like, don't you have an event? We could probably make that.
Oh my god, I do have Warden rank.
Yes.
That would be
Yeah,
funny.
but see, I wanted to use that for like a revolution against the admins, where we just declare war on the admins and kill the shit out of all of the admins.
Oh, I would join
Wait.
you in that. That sounds
Oh my
fun.
god, I'm an op now. I would have to fight with the admins. No.
Yeah, too late. Too late.
Mod purge. Mod purge. I
Man's got
hate the
Stockholm
moderation
syndrome already.
chain.
Server sucks.
Wait,
Am I right?
True. Server sucks and helpers are ops.
where's the mod purge meme?
Alright.
Everybody's music behind me. Also, you can't close that, Olaf. You're too
I'm not gonna lie, Urbon,
You
you were
don't
so
trust
right about
me.
this cold water. It has helped. It has done wonders.
Yeah.
That's what the nurse will get you.
Always be hydrated.
Also, like, if you really can't bear the pain, ibuprofen is really good.
I'm gonna go there and chug a bottle after this. Don't you worry.
Don't chug a bottle of
Don't
ibuprofen.
chug a bottle,
No,
please.
no,
Check the
no.
bottle. Do it.
If I don't make it back, make sure to hold a funeral for me in game.
We
Under
will.
the diamond, or you want
Also, I
netherite?
wanted to mention that. I'd like to launch a complaint for the museum. I was never officially executed, so like, can we get this execution underway? Karkov in
Deal.
chat.
I'm kidded. Let's go. Where are you at? Where are you?
I'm
Someone
alright,
open this
maybe not now.
fucking
'Cause you got
door.
shit on me. Let me. I'll head. Come to Kazkaya.
Okay.
I'll come to Vostroya so you can get my new head for that museum
Yeah.
after we
Let-
finish
you know
this.
Get kitted out. Let's do it 1v1.
No, I'm so
cameraman
I'm
is
so shit at PvP.
Remember
Oh,
that one time
no fun.
I was executed.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Remember that one time I
Alright, Griff,
was
deal.
I was supposed to get executed, but instead stole the anvil. I
True,
remember that.
true.
think
It
I
was
remember
Troya. Oh no, the military parade. You
Yeah.
want to execute Blumen and he stole the elf.
Alright, I'm
It
LA
was so
spawning to
hilarious.
Destroya.
Why is this
Let me in.
closed, guys?
Run, it's a prison.
Olaf, don't close it. I mean, let in the.
Do you have a Mansland flag, Blue Man? Because I think we gotta get these right colors. I got one.
Yeah, like
If
this
someone
is what I
protects
was
these
saying
flag.
to Blue Man, and he was no, this is the good one. Blue Man, I told
Blue
you.
Man, I don't know what you're on, but that's the wrong flag.
What do you mean? Have you looked
Yeah,
at
if we
the
can
original
take,
flag?
if
It's
someone
green
can
at the
take these
bottom.
down and
This
place
It's
these.
green at the bottom, not
Yes,
light blue.
It is,
G-
it is
Give me the
not
flags.
green.
I will just change them really
That
quick.
is clearly
It is
green.
not green.
I think I'm actually colorblind or something. I need to make an
I
appointment.
mean, it is.
It's
It
not
is
a
not
Listen,
far
don't
from
worry.
that, but it is not green.
Don't worry.
We will pay it for
Everyone
Look at
who
that
has
and
a
tell me
master
that
flag,
bottom
give them
color
to
is
me. I
not
will
Don't
change
worry.
them.
Blue Man, we'll get you an appointment with the MNHS, the
Entropy,
Mansland National Health
drop
Service.
the flag. Drop the flag.
Ah, yes,
Entropy.
thank you.
Entropy, don't
Entropy.
defend
Behind
the
you.
flag because I
Behind
will...
you.
Entropy, behind you.
Behind here. Drop
Wilson,
your flag.
look
I
at
don't
that
have the
flag.
flag. I dropped it. KPX picked it up.
Wilson, look at
Yeah,
that flag
I
I
got
sent
them.
you and tell me that the bottom color isn't green.
It is not.
It is green.
There we go. That's so much better.
And also, the green one just looks bad.
Yeah.
True.
There we go.
Get wrecked. He
Looks
gets
so
ganked
nice
down.
I'm gonna just go like bye.
Alright.
Alright, let's
Right.
finish this.
Okay, everybody
Yeah,
sit back.
that being said, is there anything else anyone here wanted to discuss?
Bruh.
Why shouldn't
So,
some
all right.
expansion
Here's the last thing I wanted to talk about, and by no means I don't think we can get this conversation finished now, but let's at least start it. So, let's talk about baseline for sort of a permanent sort of solution for the for what I'm gonna call Southeast Serrona, right? Or would it be south? It would just be Southern Serrona, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would actually be all of Serrona, I think.
All of no, I was just trying to find whatever for Serrano. Now I'm only authorized to speak on behalf of Mansland. I'm authorized to make any deal on behalf of the Mansland territory. Anything to do with Mansland, I'm authorized to do that because it's I'm the Lord Protector. But I can't make any deal on behalf of the Vulperian because that needs their
Yeah, we
entire
understand.
royal.
We absolutely understand.
So, sort of, what would be a permanent solution for the Mansland situation that we can all be happy with?
That's a
Now
very
that we,
direct question. Allow me
a very
to
direct question.
allow
I
me
mean,
to
I'm you can think about it, but I'm saying, what can we all agree with? That's a situation that all, we don't have to finish the conversation here, but that's sort of what I was asking when I was like, what do you want? Because what can we sort of do and work towards accomplishing? That now that we're all in one room, all in one VC. And anyone who's in chat can speak up. Kharkov, Chelbek, if you guys want to pitch in, more than welcome to.
I think Shelwack isn't here by this point.
Yeah, Krakow is also away, I think.
Oh, they've dipped.
Let's go.
Well, at the very least,
I guess they're just happy with the way things are now.
Well, no, because what I'll say is for long term, I don't know. We get there when we get there, but at the very least, for the short term, while we've still got our little rivalry going on, I am absolutely going to do my part to ensure that the toxicity and shit that's been spewing out of our community is put to a grinding fucking halt, and then it just becomes fucking playful rivalry that it should be. Because why the fuck do we want to
playful rivalry?
I mean, what we had at the wall was just objectively fucking funny.
I mean, I'm happy, low key though. All serious, I'm happy to keep that going because at the wall that was fun. I'm genuinely
hilarious.
That. It was I love that. Sort of what I'm gonna put. In fact, you know what I'm doing? We started this, but because of all the funny kicks sort of thing, the ticket's been lost every time. But I think the first thing we need to do, in regards to toxicity, because I'm going to make an announcement after this to the rest saying, listen, if you're toxic towards the USSE, you're getting kicked from the server because I'm going to be harsh on it, right? Because I want the sort of if it's funny, that's different. But the actual toxic part, I want that.
It's very obvious what's within the realm of playful toxicity, and then what's above and beyond.
No, obviously. So what I'm going to do, and this is something that we had in the original Treaty of St. Nielsburg, is I'm going to, when I finally get unbanned from the USSE Discord, I'm going to open up a ticket, a permanent Mansland embassy in the USSE executive, and I encourage you to do the same. We'll add all the relevant people to it, so it can be just a direct bing bam communication. So we can just sort of there is toxicity, we can just sort of nip it in the bud.
Yeah, bring it to the other's attention right there. Yeah,
bring it to others' attention. Say, well, at least this way it can be sort of hey, are you cool if we do I don't know, it's hey, you're not out of character. If we build a wall or something, yeah, that's fine. Be funny. We can come to the event tomorrow. Out of character, you're okay. We build the Pegasus statue higher than your wall. Yeah, all right, let's do it.
That's funny as fuck. That's cool as fuck.
Yeah. So once I get unbanned, you're more than welcome to open up a Diplo ticket in the Mansland server, and I'll add all of the relevant part. Just whoever opens up, just send me a list of the IGNs the Discord tags you want added, and I'll add that all there. All right. The second thing I would say is, with regards to the Vulperium situation, again, that we're not, as much as people like to say, the Vulperium, to me at least, it's more of a coalition than a singular nation. It's so when Brock designed the country, he designed it after CK3, right? So he designed it to be very sort of like localized, where sort of each sort of duke Valar has their own autonomy and can't be sort of questioned, or no one can overstep on anyone else, right? So I can't really. I'll do my furthest. If you want to bring any grievances, I'll bring that to the Volpyrium's attention, and I'll use my powers to make official votes on it to try and fix these issues. So if you want to, things I can do to help with that.
All right, for sure.
So, and other than that, in regards to sort of the elephant in the room, personally, for my own sort of long-term thing, I'm going to. I've said this as public knowledge, but I'm going to university in a week. Like I'm off to college. I won't be able to be in game, so preferably I wouldn't like a war because I won't be in game for it. But we'll see what we can do about that. Trying to, if we want to do an RP war, if I'd even be up for that. But just less sort of top, because the thing about a war is that it's just like, at least from our point of view, it's the last sort of, we've all dedicated an absurd amount of time to it. So it's just, we're sort of more heated because, like, to a lot of people think the last sort of 6 months of their lives are going to get wiped off the face of the earth, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
Or the face of Eldham. So, it's definitely here, but I'm just talking for the sake of talking at this point. Get someone else take the mic from me.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad we had these talks. However, honesty has been one of my biggest policies, and I'm gonna keep that here. My goal will always be to mend what I view as a schism in southeastern Serona that shouldn't have happened, and
Schism.
I will work with Mansland, and I will work for the resolution of what has happened there, and make
That's
sure
fair.
that the community grows back together.
Alright, that's fair enough. If anyone else sort of like in the chat wants to, while we're here, because these meetings are few and far between, wants to speak their mind, speak now, hold your peace for probably a few weeks until we can be seen again.
Oh yes, I think we should play Among Us.
Fuck you.
I'm getting
Yeah, why is Griffin here again, bro?
Who let Griffin?
You haven't even
No,
paid
I
10k.
will
Pay up, Griff. Pay up,
Lisa.
Griff.
I will pay you,
up.
Lisa, if you keep me on stage.
I'm keeping you on stage. Just pay up. Real.
So the thing is,
I will.
so what I would say, and that's for mostly to the USC, that if the situation diffuses to a level, can we rethink this you cannot be a Mansland dual citizen thing? Just as some of the citizens were kind of pissed about it.
I mean, that was like the issue was that like Mansland in the Treaty of St. Nielsburg had been given a ton of privileges in the agreement, since like I was expecting our communities to sooner or later come to terms with each other again. So that like theoretically a Manslandian could have become general secretary even when they were separated, and so the 180 on that, where we banned all Manslandian citizens, was more or less a reaction to Mansland joining the Volpyrium and thereby like making it very public that they did not intend to come around with us again. I'm sure we can like change the policy again. But like I'm not in a position where I can make that decision all by myself.
No, then I said it incorrectly. I didn't mean that. I meant the VULP thing, because that basically blocks people to be dual citizen with Mansland and with the Volpyrium itself. Just as I seen many of the people who were questioned just being pissed and saying, "What the fuck, dude? I want to be in both," and just question.
I mean, Krakow has always been paranoid.
I mean, I understand.
That's a good quality and a bad quality at the same time. A good quality because I cannot for the god of me count how many times this man's behavior has legitimately saved the USSE from annihilation.
Of course.
On the other hand, yes, it is very annoying if there's literally just a new citizen who has done nothing wrong and Krakow treats him like he's potentially like a spy from an enemy nation.
Yeah, I understand. I kind of like the guy. Just this one policy, like I talked with one of the people.
I don't think we can change like the fact that Vopirium citizens are not welcome in the USSE at all right now. We cannot change that.
Got it.
Will take time
In
to
the
change that.
future, sure. Right now, that's impossible.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah, it will take time.
As
It needs
Mal
time.
said, there can be no peaceful coexistence.
Wait. Where's the goose meme? I need the goose meme.
What goose mean?
What?
Yeah, Grip, it is a bad.
Wait, where's Adalor? Adalor. I'm posting it in assembly now, Mike.
I don't have the Bank of Mansland account. I only have.
Bank of
My
Mansland, the
IG.
safest place to keep your money in all of it.
Bro.
Sign up
For
now
real.
for the weekly
Okay,
interest.
so
3%.
you know
Just need
what?
weeks to get the money back.
I'm going to be completely honest here. You want to know the reason why I can never trust a bank on Stoneworks is fucking Caddy. That
Bro, no.
fucking that slimy motherfucker. Like we like one time just got asked, like, yeah, how does the Iraqan bank?
Oh no,
actually work?
the stock exchange was the biggest fraud. I'm gonna
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
he literally just told us like, oh yeah, it didn't work. We just scammed a shit ton of people.
But to be honest though, I'm not admitting to anything. But as an executive officer and a senior partner at the bank, at the Eldham Monetary Fund, it really did help our account holders there in making sure we had more than enough money to bail them out if they want to all withdraw. That bank was the most profitable idea I ever had. I love it.
But in the end, you actually chose a Discord bot.
Well, I'm telling it just made money from sitting there. It was amazing.
No, I meant that you changed the web page to Discord bot. Sad.
All right. Is there anything else we need?
Is there anyone else who has any grievances they want to let loose, or any things they've been burning to say but haven't
Yeah,
had
we
the
should
chance
play Among Us.
to? Griff, I forgot who asked you.
we should play Among Us. Change my mind. Joint Among Us session.
Another time, maybe.
Come on.
I'd rather play a group Jackbox game because that's low-key way more fun.
Okay, Jackbox.
Hey yo,
yeah,
wait. Hold on, because I've got Jackbox Party Pack 2, Idiots, Quiplash, Fibbage, Earwax,
Yo, Quiplash.
Quiplash.
I've got
Quiplash
Drawful.
meta.
I've also got Jackbox Party Pack 5, which has
Adverse City is undefeated.
Yup.
I want to rap against it. I want to beat Urban in the rap battle. That's my life goal.
Jackbox 5 and 7 is best.
I will never rap.
Come on,
You
Urban.
don't have to. You don't have to.
Urban, you can do it in German.
No.
Urban, you can just do it in German.
I know it is
fine.
just.
There's
I know
no
now that
way.
I said this, it is just fun, more fun to like challenge me to it. But I'm telling you right now, and I can be very stubborn about these things. I will never rap. I am way too self-conscious to do that.
Fair enough. But I'm being honest.
Okay.
Madverse City, such a slept-on Jackbox game.
Oh yeah, it was Butch. Fucking shout out Portavel, baby! Woo! It was Butch who told me to get it, and it was a lot of fun.
Playing
Love it.
meta in Jackbox games is that one person who you never like. That one person who you never like in the group is the guy who picks meta in Jackbox. Just picks the guy who you want to win.
Yep.
You are the reason I don't play Jackbox.
Wilson,
People
okay,
like you.
Wilson, I did that once. Wilson, I did that once, okay?
You were
Okay,
like,
but here's the thing.
no, if I vote who actually won this, I'm gonna lose. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna vote
Wilson.
for the computer on this one.
Wilson,
Okay,
you
but
Or
voted
Gene.
for the
Wilson,
fucking
Wilson.
PC.
Wilson, you're playing on Stoneworks and you're complaining about metagaming?
Oh, I
What
know.
the
I know.
fuck have you been doing this whole time?
Also, so Mystic and
Yo.
Wilson both say
I've
yes
been
to
banking.
I never RP. I love toxic metagaming.
I hate
I never
RP.
RP,
I
I
just
just
like
joined the
rolling in my
Discord.
piles
I
of
just
other people's money.
joined nations to play war. That's all I do.
I see.
Easy.
I see.
No, this is all a joke, I swear.
Griff is
I
like
see.
addicted. He's addicted to PvP. He's your
No.
stereotypical 12-year-old
I
kid.
love
No.
PvP.
No,
I love
please, I'm not a crackhead. I'm not,
He
I'm
actually,
not a
you know what?
PvP
Griff wants
crackhead.
What are you
to.
talking
Griff
about,
has
you
told me, and he's going to be embarrassed about this, but he's told me extensively he wants the 1v1 Kato.
Wait,
Kato?
hold on.
It is,
Wait,
isn't it?
No,
It
wait,
is.
no, I didn't. I said,
Yes, you did.
I
Shut
said,
up,
Isn't
Griff. I
it?
know you
It
do.
is.
I didn't say
Okay,
Kato,
but
I said Lethe.
Please call
Okay.
Kato.
but I did.
Okay,
I mean, we
I think
can
it'll make Kato's day. I
Wait,
think it
wait.
will
I must
honestly
say,
make Kato's day.
pop on Larian.
I can't. I must say I did dodge Mystic because I'm scared, but we're gonna ignore that. Where's dodge? Where's dodge?
You're welcome. You're welcome, Griff.
Also, sometime we could play a Stellaris game, maybe. I mean, I know
Oh
that
yeah,
Mystic
agreed.
is lagging. And
Solaris based.
Well, so who was it? Someone was getting a CK3 modder to mod Serrona into the game. Yeah, someone was doing
Let's
that.
get Holy up here. Holy the Stellaris nerd. Get up here.
Oh.
Actually, yeah. Why don't we just invite everyone in here? We're not fucking
Yeah,
talking about anything anymore.
best idea. Best
Play
idea.
Jack. I'll low-key Jackbox because it's
Why
doesn't
am I
take
here?
6 hours.
I don't know.
Question.
Just
I
get
just clicked
up,
Who's
please.
inviting all these people?
I don't know.
I got about an
I'm
hour.
inviting
left.
everyone. We're
just,
not
like, go
doing
to a public
diplomacy anymore. Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
just like go to a public VC?
just to make sure, I'm just turning off